This is your guide. This is your guide to know when is running with pain okay, and when do we need to respect it and shut it down. So I'm a physical therapist, but I'm also a person. There's been times in my life where I weighed out the consequences, and I may not have followed this, but I'm like a lot of you guys. My mental health is very closely tied to my physical health. That's why I do this. Partially, mainly why I run is for mental health. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, is trying to prevent you guys from getting injured. So all that to be said is this is a guide. There's never going to be a system that fits everybody, but I think the patterns and the trends that I'll show you in this can hopefully help give a lot of you guys some answers of when is it okay to kind of push through, and when do we really need to respect it. So this is for shin splints, but really this is for everything with my runners, no matter what injury that it is. So we're going to go over some patterns of before, during, and after running of what does the pain do. So first, let's use the pain scale. A lot of you are familiar with this, 0 to 10. 0, no pain at all. 10, take me to the emergency room. I am very well aware that my 5 is going to be different than your 5. I've been dry needling for the better part of 7 years, and it is amazing the kind of pain tolerances or lack thereof of tolerance that people have. People respond to pain so differently. But the trends is really what I want you to kind of be aware of. So again, 10 is the worst it could be imaginable. 0 is no pain at all. I kind of have a rule of 5 and up, 5 included. Stop, no go. 5 and above, that's a no go. So really we're dealing with this kind of 1 to 4 range. 0, no pain at all, that's kind of a no-brainer. So let's look at these trends. Let's go over these 4 circumstances, and there are more circumstances in this, but I didn't want to just have like 100 different lines on here to make it confusing. So hopefully this will make sense. A lot of you chimed in down below, and I'm thankful that it did. Let's start with this black line, 3 to 4. Let's say I've got shin pain before my run, kind of get a baseline. Where am I at? It's a 4. So in this situation, it's a 4. It stays a 4 during. It's not getting better. It's not getting worse. And afterwards, it's still a 4. And my afterwards is kind of in that 2-hour window. So if my pain didn't get better, didn't get worse, and stayed the same, in my opinion, running is probably not making it worse. So this person, this situation, it's okay to run. Let's go over the next one, the blue, because that's going to be a slightly different situation. We're going to have a split in the road. Let's say I have 2 out of 10 pain before my run. As I'm going, it increases. It goes to a 4. Keep going. Keep riding it out. As you continue to go, situation 1, the pain stays that same after. It increased, and it stayed increased for the first 2 hours afterwards. That is a no. That probably was not a good idea. The tissues got aggravated, and they didn't come down right away. That same situation, if it goes down afterwards to your baseline, so it's the same before and after, got a little bit worse during, but then it rightfully so went down after, then that's okay. So that's a good example of kind of split of either respect it or kind of push through it. Next example, let's say it's a 1 out of 10 before the run. As I'm going, it stays the same. I'm feeling pretty good during it. Towards the end, it starts increasing. It starts going higher. Now I'm in this yellow light zone, 3 to 4. If it increases afterwards and stays increased for about at least 2 hours afterwards, it's probably lower on the irritability chart, but still the fact that it increased and the fact that it stayed increased after, probably not a good idea to work through that. And this is always going to be your guide. Again, red, yellow, proceed with caution, green, we're good. So again, this is a guide. It's not going to work for everybody, but I hope that it works for you and just gives you some idea of when is it okay to push through and when is it not.